All right. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What an exciting start. What an exciting start to the Euro Cup. Now, in case you didn't know, just now the first game of the Euro 2021 Cup has finished. It was Italy versus Turkey. Italy won 3-0. Although Turkey shot one of those goals. Oof. And yeah, so I'm so hyped to watch football again, like with actual people in the stadium, and just that atmosphere is back. It's sì, molto bene. And I also, another thing that I really missed was watch football with people who, not with my wife. No offense, but she doesn't care that much. And I just came back from we just finished doing a little public viewing in the Discord, and man, big shout out to anyone who was part of that. It was so much fun. I love it. And it was a good mix of everyone too. Like we had the German faction, we had the non-German faction. That was a joke, by the way. Anyway, so yeah, that was pretty cool, and I can't wait for this for the first Germany game, and it will all be. All right, now back to the stream. Welcome everyone. I'm glad you tuned in at this late hour. First of all, the winner of today's stream is Amin Turayev. Congratulations. What's up? Ja, läuft bei mir. And then a hearty hello to Bekir, Flaming Waffle. Yes, indeed, you cannot divide by 0. Although, did I explain why on stream before? Actually, I don't think I did. Remind me later. I have a science segment prepared for today, by the way. Totally out of the blue, I know. I've been slacking on those, but yeah. So then, Booba Boy, hello, Sixth Founder, hi and good night. Good night, sleep well. Achilles, Mr. Vanquish. No, Elden Ring, man. That trailer, baby. I really hate to betray my ideals of being immune to hype and never getting excited for an upcoming release. But oh man, that Elden Ring trailer, man, it looked exactly like what I wanted, and I wouldn't have thought it possible. The only thing where I'm a little skeptical is the horse thing, mounted combat and all that stuff. Don't know if that's actually going to be any good, but Cool. Yeah. Then we have David357. Hello. Dark Souls 4 when? Yeah, indeed. Chubb's Reviews. Yeah. You should definitely join the Discord. It's great fun. Great fun. Then AJ. Hello there, my boy. Hope you're doing alright. Bye. Who else is here? Potflower, guten Abend. Guten Abend, Lobbyboy, was geht? Yeah, I tried to explain the divide by zero in the podcast once, but I remember now. But I realized that without actual writing stuff down, it's so difficult to explain like mathematical concepts without writing them down. That's why I think here on stream it might actually be a great opportunity to do it. Hey, Metko! Wait, yeah, I've heard that before. People are saying Elden Ring is like open world. What makes you think that? Or how do you know that? Where is that written? Yeah. Yo, why did that pull everyone? Oh, Scheiße, Alter. Oof. And you know the problems I have with open world games. It's like the worst open world games are those Ubisoft open worlds, which are completely, where the fact that they're an open world is completely pointless. But let's not get into that. What actually means what does open world game actually mean, right? This is a very touchy subject. Wait, am I doing? Feels like I'm doing a lot less damage. Komisch. Oh, maybe it was the sour spot of the whip. Today is about atoms. Yes, indeed. So my plan as a science segment for today is do atoms ever touch? I think that's also a topic that I tried to talk about on the podcast before. But there also, it was a little difficult to really fully explain what I mean without actually being able, without paint.net, let's say. This time, do not pull everything. Elden Ring is open world because of the horse. Overworld map. Oof. Okay. Oh no! Let's hope they don't do that. Who puts a horse in a linear game? Shadow of the Colossus. How do I feel about Ghost of Tsushima's open world? Well, I'm not the biggest fan of Ghost of Tsushima because its open world is literally the type of open world that I really don't like. It's, I don't know, man. I feel like if I try to explain it now while playing a game, it might come out wrong, and then people will forever know me as the hypocrite who says he dislikes open world games, and then but only in the games he dislikes. Oh, I got comboed out of the existence. Right. Elden Ring won't have horse nut physics, so it's already 7 out of 10. Hey, Dishtin! Dishtin, by the way, good job there with the inside source on From Software. Weird flex, but okay, I guess. Yeah, if they do it like Ocarina of Time, I can live with that. I can live with that. Because I mean, Ocarina of Time is like one of the greatest games of all time, right? So, time. And yes, AJ, I have zero doubts that it will. If there's a company that can make a game that makes me love something, a game mechanic or something that I usually hate, I think it's From Software. Although I guess there are things that I will probably never like. Which, you know, things, for example, like multiple choice conversations, like conversation menus. But never. Isn't Shadow of the Colossus technically open world? Yeah, I mean, you see, that's the thing. When people talk about open world, actually, I have the feeling that everyone's talking about a different thing or their own thing. Right? There's no scientific definition of what an open world game actually means. Is it like, you know, a one map without loading screens? Like, are loading screens a criteria for you? Or is it about that you can theoretically go into every area from the very beginning? Or, right, is that the criteria for you? It's like, when people say open world, what do they actually mean? Yo, what's with this guy? Ach du Scheiße, Alter. Zero staggering possible. Big baby Boris, hello there. Good to see you. I'm dying much too often. This is unacceptable. Yo, what? Ah! Although dying here is probably okay because I really need the whip of those guys. Miyazaki stated that he is very influenced by Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. Oh. One of my all-time favorite games, Shadow of the Colossus. Not that that's like a hot take. From Software driving game. Dark Souls carts. Do you think Sekiro on PC or PS4? Well, if you have a PC that can run it, why not? I think on everything is just more chill on PC. Whip is OP. Yeah, and also Elden Ring, apparently Elden Ring has a whip weapon. So, we all know what that means, right? No, but it's like, it has a whip. Is there really anything more we need to talk about? Come on, drop the whip. Oh, fick, eh. Metco, you asked. Andy, you don't like games where you can go everywhere and there are useless collectibles with no meaning to the gameplay, like in all Assassin's Creed games? Yeah, Assassin's Creed, not quite my tempo. Except for the first one, because that was a lot more narrative focused. Oh, he can actually be staggered. Yo, what's the fucking... Okay. I did it. I'm good. Wow, that jumping physics. Yeah. Okay, time for the boss. Breath of the Wild is also open. Yeah, I think Breath of the Wild is one of those open worlds that I really like. It's one of those, like, the way it's done in Breath of the Wild. I think that's a good way to do it. My main problem with Breath of the Wild is that all the rewards for exploration you get, like, the thing that's so great about Breath of the Wild is that exploration gets rewarded, and it's not just opening your map and then setting a waypoint and then walking there. That is not exploration, okay? Exploration is the gameplay of Breath of the Wild. You see a landmark, like, in-game. You see it there. Oh my god, that looks interesting. It sticks out of the surrounding area. I go there, and then I get rewarded with something. The only problem that Breath of the Wild had was that the only reward it ever gave for exploring were just shrines. Like, the entire game is just shrines. Which... it's a little bit of a shame, because could have done a little bit more. Right? Uplag Bull, what's up, your favorite Souls game? Interesting. Are you an agent of the Lizard Man? What are my impressions about the trailer? Yeah, I mean, Elden Ring, it will be glorious. Would I rank Bloodborne higher than Sekiro? Well, considering Bloodborne is my favorite game of all time. Okay, it's unfortunate because I kind of forgot how this boss works. That's probably not how it works. No, I'm supposed to actually walk to the end, right? Yeah! come on! Verfickte Scheiße. Oh, fuck! Alter, komm schon! This is impatience here, by the way. Just running past all the enemies. I'm gonna die on the way there, I know it. Fucking Scheiße. Woo! Okay. Excuse me? Oh Mann. Oh Mann, oh Mann. Abdelillah, was geht? We missed you during the game, man. We missed you during the public viewing. That would have been awesome. Waiting for someone to drink me under the Tisch. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The stehen, that was it for me too. Like the locations were just, every time you explored a new place, it was, you were not only rewarded with a shrine, but you were also rewarded with like getting to find that place. It was just, you know, it's really hard to explain, and I realize it sounds a little bit esoteric, but it just, for me at least, if they got the shrines right or the rewards right, it would have really worked. Yay, got the whip! Will we ever get to see another one of your science segments? Mr. Sinan Yegen, if you stick around, you will see one today. Yeah. Because I realized that this was indeed a problem. I've really neglected the non-gaming segments or the science segments. And today I want to rectify this. Which is why I definitely have a science segment prepared for later tonight. So thanks for asking. I also realized that I think I've lost like 15,000 souls just there. Yikes. Die stehen? I would, personally, I wouldn't go that far because, you know, just a company is just a company. Company name is just a name. But yeah, they They truly have been delivered. Oh shit. Besetzt! Wumm. Wait, what? Isn't that supposed to kill it? Aren't the skeletons supposed to die now? Oh my god! I think this is completely new, like Scholar of the First Sin, because that boss was always just really not really a boss. Because if you rammed into that gate, he was just dead. Nice nutums. Yes, indeed. If that's what Elden Ring is going to be about, just chaining as many horse jumps as possible, bro, it will make Sekiro look like a Nintendo 64 game where you can't jump. Wow, that was a pathetic analogy. I think this leads somewhere completely different. This leads to an arena, like PvP place, right?
What is it? Oh, you trot long up.
All right. Would I think From Software releases games a bit too often? No, I don't think so. No. I think, in fact, that's one of their strong suits. That they don't, like, oversaturate their own audience. Oh, there's another. Woola 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 woola. Was there nothing else here? Only the access to the PvP place? Really? That's it? Bro. Lame. Yeah. Well, Abdelila, exactly. Like that's one point. But for me, the other much more important point is that a company name is just a company name. Like it says nothing about who's actually working there, right? It might be that the I mean, take a look at Blizzard, for example, right? Blizzard Entertainment of today has nothing to do with the Blizzard Entertainment of back in the day when, you know, when they did StarCraft or like Brood War or Warcraft 3 or something. Like that's the name is the same, but they actually have nothing to do with each other. And that's why I would never trust just a company name, because it really doesn't say, like, it says nothing. But then again, I still absolutely agree that currently FromSoft is knocking it out the park one after the other. It's true. It's true. Wham de moo. I posted a video, yes. It's a stream.
Bearer of the curse.
Seek,
lest this
Okay, Whip has reached 40 decks for now. I think that's an okay point to be. Let's leave it there.
bearer, lest this.
Okay. So. Agree. Oh shit, I forgot. Yeah. We need to upgrade the whip. And we need to upgrade the whip. Let's see. So, bloodied whip. A bloodstained whip, a tool made for a purpose forbidden by the gods. If you know what I mean. Okay. Its effect is augmented by its pointed tip. I know another object whose effect is augmented by its pointed tip, but still only marginally effective against protective covering, such as hard armor. Sometimes I wonder, if I ever become too mature to laugh about these things, am I even still alive?
I'll be.
Do I want to do a whip 1v1? You could leave a red summon sign. The stehen. Okay, let's go. Where shall we rambole it out? Let's compare. So this whip, you know, it has A scaling and dexterity. This one only has C scaling. Oh, and I need 10 strength. Oh dear. Oh, I think that was a big mistake upgrading it. It was a complete waste of... What a total waste. Yikes. Wait, let's first... I'm gonna use a few of those. And level strength.
Bear, seek, lest this.
Because the thing is, I wanted to use it in power stance, right? The bloodied whip and the normal whip. But I realized that I would need 15 strength, and that's kind of really oof. Yeah. So you see, I mean, okay, this one's only +5, and the other one is +10. But still, the scaling is really bad. 66 and near 97. Oof. But the base damage of this one is really good. Okay, maybe I'm going to put 5 more points in strength. And then... Yeah. Do I even have enough? Oof. Could use these. So I'm not going to buy any boss weapons or anything. No spells. Let's
Bear seeks lest this.
So 5. Oh, one more point left over. Okay. Okay. So this way I have two-handed the one whip. This way it's like dual wield. And this is power stance. Ooh. Woo! Nice! I like it!
Bearer of sea lest this.
So, Huntsman Cops, bridge approach. No, wait, that's a no. This is a bad bonfire. Let's do it somewhere else. Here, Shaded Woods. That's a great arena. Right here in the middle. What's Old Aquelarre? Ruined Fork Road. Let's go. Going full dominatrix mode. Wait until I get the leather set, right? Then we can get rid of this priestess bull crap. I just need a armor set that's just leather. Nice, man. Oh, that's so cool. So, summon sign where? Online isn't enabled here? Oh, bro. Can't leave sign. How about here? Servants' quarters? No, wait. No, this area sucks. Maybe here? Let's try the servants' quarters in Lost Bastille. Damn, I love it. It's just so whippy. Do you see that the icon below my health bar, my stamina bar? It has like this red eye orb and it's crossed out. What does that mean? Where are my encyclopedia boys at? Huh? Oh yeah, Eric, sorry, I read your message. First of all, congratulations. Smoking is pointless. It's good of you to finally have stopped. The thing is, I'm very bad with giving addiction advice because for some reason, like, I personally, I can't really fully explain it, but somehow my brain just, addictions don't really work that well on it. Like, yeah, you could say, okay, I'm addicted to video games, fair enough, but there's a difference between being addicted to video games and being like addicted to crystal meth, okay? It's different kinds of addictions. And for some reason my body was just never, or maybe it's not the body, it's just the brain. My brain just didn't want any addictions, and that's why it didn't give me any. And believe me, I've tried my fair share of potentially addicting substances. Yeah, and okay, gestehen, maybe on some other time. Maybe on some other occasion. So I'm really bad at giving advice because I don't really know what it's like. I don't really know why someone would become addicted. Because that's something that never happened to me, and apparently just my brain just doesn't want to have happen. Damn, that's such a cool attack animation. Oh, he has a bow. Yeah. Ah, Tar, 兄弟, what's up, my friend? Hope you're doing all right. Yo, by the way, Tar, I just recently had a fucking shower thought epiphany. I'm sure you know what a, like, crossing, like two roads cross each other, right? In Chinese, it's called a 十字路口. Yeah, or no, it's called 十字路口, and in Beijinger speak, it's called 十字路口. Anyway, that was always something. Just my Chinese relatives just kept saying that, and I kept saying it, and then I realized what it actually means. It means like a road opening that's in the shape of the Chinese character for 10. And then my brain just exploded. It's like, oh, that's what it's about. 十字, yeah? The 汉字 for 十. Oh. Okay, I just realized while talking that it's literally like hieroglyphic speak for everyone who doesn't know Chinese. So sorry. Yeah, well, duh. Maybe you at 6 years old were already able to write Chinese, but I wasn't. Okay, I wasn't able to write Chinese up until very recently, and even even now I'm big suck. My Chinese reading and writing is good is something else. Bye. Yo, check that skeleton acrobatics. Brain said addiction? No. And then I said, okay. Is there something down there? Probably not. Oh. Yeah, just invade me then, Stehen. I dare you, motherfucker! Try pincer attack. Such a cool attack, man. I enjoys it. Oh, I remember I've died a lot of times on these cliffs. Yeah, Drangleic. Smoke crack every day for a year? No, I'm fine, bro. I don't know how that works actually, and how my brain does that. Maybe I'm actually just... Maybe my brain's actually just broken. But, you know, this is probably a broken in a good way. Oh! Wait, Merciless Reina? That seems like an NPC name. It's not something that the Stehen would call himself. Oh, get fucking shreked! David Waked. Yes, I did see the new Elden Ring trailer, and I'm so fucking amazed. It looks absolutely top tier. This is not the way. Ooh. Flamberge. Oui, oui. Flamberge. Je vous donne la flamberge dans le nez. Why did you and Anton bother with French if you were already going to be trilingual? Why French of all languages? Why not? I mean, so the thing is, I wasn't born quadrilingual, okay? Like, I was born in Germany, and the first language I learned was German. And then, you know, being in China all the time as a little kid, my parents leaving me there completely alone, fend for myself, burned the Chinese into my brain. So that was that. And then when it came to like, I went to a school that was kind of European oriented, and one of the specialties of that school was you had to choose a second language from year one. Like year one elementary school, it was already going to be like bilingual. Great school, by the way. Great idea. And the choices were between English and French. And I don't know, my parents just thought, hey, everyone learns English. It's like, they probably thought that, you know, I will just learn English automatically, yeah? And that's what they thought, hey, okay, let's make the boy learn French. And that's why I chose French. I learned it for 12 years. I even had, like, even other subjects, like, for example, history and geography, were in your second language. So I learned the entire, like, all my history classes were in French. All my exams, everything, was all French. Which, you know, explains why there was a big focus on La Révolution Française and Charlemagne and Louis XIV. Oui, oui, la grande nation. But that was fine. I mean, France played a massive role in the history of Europe. So. That. Imagine only having Estes +1. Oof. Yeah, Tower. I would say Dark Souls 3 is probably the easiest one to get into the whole series, the whole thing. But all of them are great. It's just the second one is a little janky, as we like to call it. But I think they're all great games. Just, you know, with Bloodborne, you have to contend with 30 FPS, which is completely irrelevant to me, but some people, they will wage war if you say that 30 FPS is okay for them. Okay, I wonder, there's a bonfire that was locked. Ah, yeah, this one. Because at the beginning of this valley here, this gorge, there was a house with a bonfire in it that was locked. I think I got the key now. I should, you know, definitely rest before going to the boss. Also, I think there's a NPC in here. Yes.
Who are you? I thought you were that bastard for a moment. You've set me free. Now I can find him. The cheeky prick. He won't know what hit him. I am Creighton of Mirror. I travel from land to land to hone my blade. I've heard this land was full of danger. I thought it would suit me perfectly. I joined forces with a man on the way, but he was no more than a backstabbing knave. He took the first chance he had to try and off me. I decided to set a trap for him here. But then I got trapped myself.
What an idiot.
I can't believe that I was so dense. Thank the stars that you came along.
Yeah, it's true. Like, my French is also completely rusted because there's just so little opportunity to use it. But still, having learned French for so long, it's not that difficult to get it back into like working order. But still, yeah, the French German normal schools teach here is, you know, it's the same reason why Chinese people can't speak English, even though they learn English, like everyone learns English in school. If you don't use it outside of school, it's completely pointless. You will never actually be able to speak a sentence. You will never actually be able to go into the charcuterie and say, "Je voudrais 2 morceaux de viande, s'il vous plaît." And yeah. Not looking at any people that start with A and end with Nton. When is the next game stream? Football? Oh, Izula. Are you, by chance, related to Izo? No reason, just, you know. Are you? When is the next football stream? So, I mean, from now on, there will be games daily. But I don't know if I will be able to stream them all. I mean, I still have a wife and child that also want part of my time, right? So we shall see. We shall see when. I will definitely like make an announcement in the Discord. We have a Euro 2021 channel now, so all Euro related stuff goes there. All right, Tower, 加油! 加油! Fighting! Nice jersey. Thank you. This jersey, I think I've told this story before, but it's the jersey of the German team, the German national team, or it was one of them, and it was the one that they wore in the World Cup where they got knocked out in the preliminaries. The disaster one, 2018, I think. Let's not talk about that.
You be careful of him. He wears this rather unusual ring. I've seen his type before. I'm sure I won't be his last victim. He's a slick talker. Pate. And don't. I'll find it.
Is the game actually... Does it ever conclude... Is there ever really a conclusive evidence on who of those two, Pate and Creighton, is actually the villain? Because they're both saying that the other one... Like, they're both believably making a case that the other one is actually like a completely insane murderous maniac. So... Izula, you have nothing to do with Izo. Okay, yeah, that's I figured. Because
Is that it? However,
why would you? Right? Here, Abdelila, take that. Estus +2. Yeah, boy. What is the time at my place? It's currently in 2 minutes. It's midnight. 2 minutes to midnight. Oh god, that was weird. I can make a role for people interested in watching soccer. I don't think that would be necessary. Also, what the fuck is wrong with you, Abdel? Calling it soccer, bro? That's really peinlich, man. I would even say that's criminel. It's this way. Oh, a summon sign. Creighton. Ah! You can help me now. I don't need his help. This next boss is... I remember that it was really easy. So, we shall see. Yo, pathetic, man. Oh my god. That's a lot of skeletons. Ha! And they funnel? Oh no. You can easily AoE them. Ah, yes. Zerstörung. Oh, watch him summon a few pathetic. Oh no, wheels! Oh shit. Woo! Nice. Story time with Andy, that should be a segment, no cap. Oh yeah, I love to. Soon, like on Sunday, there will definitely be a story time. Definitely. Because I have another one of these, you know, China story segments prepared. And it's a good one. There will definitely be some more story time with Andy. How to join my Discord? I see down there some mod was very kind enough to post a Discord link. Oops, did I misread Tom and Abdel's name? Oops. I mean, just look at it. Lobby Boy, Abdelida Bakuri. It's almost the same number of syllables. Crunch. Earthen Peak coming up. Yes. Am I in Germany? Wham de Mo. Yes, indeed, I am. I am born and half raised in Germany. Yes, true. That was indeed the second strawberry, Nutums. Thank you for reminding me. Although that was like... excuse me. Very easy, Poison Land, Harvest Valley, and the gigantic tower there. That's Earthen Peak. Fun fact: back when I played Dark Souls 3, a toe. What? Okay. Back when I did the Dark Souls 3 whip only playthrough, there's an area in the DLC called the Drangleic, and you jump off of a protruding like ruin into a very deep pit.
There.
And I recognized that it looked, from the colors, like it looked kind of like Earthen Peak, and as it turns out, it indeed was Earthen Peak. So, yay. To stehen, about the Shadow of the Colossus, like I personally, I've only played the original for the PS2 back then, but from what I've heard, the Bluepoint remake is basically perfect. Like, it leaves nothing to be desired as a remake. So in that sense, I don't think there's anything speaking against, you know.
Are you a traveler? I'm Chloanne, an ore stone trader. I travel about collecting rare stones, which I sell to make my living.
That's logical hair.
I never planned to visit this god's forsaken place. But I don't know. I just sort of ended up here. I must have just wandered in. But now that I'm here, I've been scouting around for rare bits. Oh, don't look at me like that. Many of these stones are quite useful. For instance, certain stones are used in smithing. Ah, now you have extras if you can pay.
Why don't these guys sell like the bigger stones? Titanite shard is completely useless.
I came here and said the place is nothing like I was told. Don't just go haplessly wandering about. These stones may look cool. Some of them are none of the differences. Drangleic, how is it that I ended up here? It's funny. No interest.
Oh wait.
I've searched every nook. Perhaps.
Okay.
I suppose it's.
Now she will move to Majula. And also, one thing that you might not know, we will get to that later, but when we enter this large tower here, the Earthen Peak, there will be a boss around, halfway. And then we go into an elevator at the halfway point, and the elevator goes up. And instead of going out of the top of the tower here, what actually happens is the elevator goes up, and up there on the top of the tower is actually a gigantic lava lake volcano with a massive iron castle in the middle. That is Dark Souls 2 world logic. Okay, let's see. What can I do against poison? No, nothing here. Nothing really here. 11, 26. Oh yeah, that's good. Poison resist. 15. Yeah. Is there a consumable that helps against poison? Reduces poison buildup and cures poison? Yeah. Temporarily boosts poison resist. Petrify resist. Let's try this. Hey, Wanker Chief! Good day, good day. I hope you're doing alrighty. I suppose, you know, the point is that I just have to heal through. Yo, that's a lot of damage. I mean, after that trailer, there's no reason not to be happy about Elden Ring. That trailer looked like everything everyone wanted. But then again, you know, that's the point of trailers. They're supposed to, you know, that's exactly what they're supposed to do. Drink! Oh, fuck. Like, everyone that comes into the stream, the first question is, what did I think about Elden Ring? Oh my god, Tom, you monster! Elden Ring better be a sexual experience or else I want my money back. Well, I mean... Probably... There probably will be some Elden Ring Rule 34, right? Wow. AJ, what do you mean with the $100 and the $50? Yo, poison does a lot of damage in this game. Like in every Dark Souls game has like their own poison calculation thing. And it seems to me like in Dark Souls 2, poison is fucking dangerous. You see how fast that shit goes down? Holy crap. Oh, and it's just fading souls here. Pathetic. Whew. Okay, let it run out and then we go exploring the second batch. Yeah, but when has From Software ever caved into to hype? Place your bets on how many poison swamps there will be in it. Well, at least one, right? There already is Rule 34. Well, there you go. Also, this is more of a question to my German boys and girls. So you all know that currently, or no, not currently, but recently, the entire German press has been simping hard for the Chancellor party, a Chancellor candidate of the Green Party, which is Annalena Baerbock. And I wonder, is there already, like, has someone made a porn of her? You know, like there's... Okay, maybe this again outs me as a total fucking pathetic boomer, but isn't there like porn for famous politicians, female ones mostly, like Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez? I think she's notorious for getting for getting deepfaked onto everything. So has any one of you come across any Annalena Baerbock deepfakes? That would be fucking hilarious. With the level of simpage going on for her. Let's sell the duplicates. Not that it gives a lot of money, but it's all about the order.
Many.
Yeah, no. Elden Ring is going to cost just as much as any other full price game. Normal price. Yeah, I mean, it really goes to show how much integrity FromSoft have, because they of course they knew about the memes with does Elden Ring actually exist, and you know, but they still maintained a complete radio silence for like I don't know how long. Was it a year, maybe more, right? So. Okay, Lobby Boy, you looked it up and it exists? Well, okay. I was just going to say, if it didn't exist, I would have been mega disappointed in the internet. But now, all is right. All is right. Ah, that's a nasty scene here. atomic fucking missile. Ah. No! Oh, the damage, man. Holy. Yeah! Naked woman! Get destroyed. Besides watching Elden Ring trailer, making Rule 34 of politicians is my favorite hobby. Yeah, it's I think there are much worse things that you can spend your time on. Smoking, for example. Yeah. Simps rather. Deepfake Born is something I visit every 6 months for search GTP. Aha! Ah. Weird kink, but hey, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. Bonfire. There were a couple of leaks here and there. Yeah, true. But still, I think it was. No, oh no, they all jumped into the poison holes. What's your name? Lobby boy asking for a friend with the same name as me. Yeah, okay. Since you're using 2 whips, should this be called Shuang? What's the second character? Is that Chinese for whip? Although, actually, I just realized that I don't know the Chinese word for whip. Anton probably knows, because he used the whip in Shaolin. But no, I realized that I don't know it. Ah, okay. Okay, Shuang Yan. Yeah. Oh no! Ah, that was dumb. I should not have killed that enemy. Needed him to destroy that door. Und up. Oh yeah, visibility is also very good here. This is almost as good of a image quality as my old streams. Look. I think you're supposed to use the torch here. Shit. Because with the torch, you can actually see what the fuck's happening. in circles. So it's out, I suppose. Oh, well, now I'm just looked at the politician pics, and I think this more than Cyberpunk has taught me the lesson to not get hyped. Oh, is she not your type? Yo, what? Let's research that area again, but this time with the torch. Watching Poisonous Fog in 144p is something else. You can't get that anywhere else. I'm telling you. Oh, but this makes me lose power stance. Oh, that's a shame. All right, Tom. Take care. See ya. See ya. Just smash open that door. It's not that hard. Bro, you idiot! Oh! Yes, thank you. Okay, I think we're almost at the end of this area, and after that I will do my small little science segment. Oh shit! Oh, that's a. No, AJ, I've never heard of Planet of Lana. Or is it Iana? Alcatraz 0783. Oh yes. But I love it how everyone here is like, oh, Elden Ring XYZ, Elden Ring, did you see Elden Ring trailer? Oh my god, it was so amazing, Elden Ring, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I loved it too. And it's been a while since I've hung around with so many people that are all share that interest. Is usually when I like most of my other friends, they're not that much into video games in general, so there would be zero interest of them to look into what Elden Ring seems like a generic Fantasy-Spiel. Ja, also ich weiß nicht, was du da willst. Ey. So it's great to hear other people also be interested in it. What the fuck? You know that meme where there's this one football fan just standing there and like literally me right now. Gotta collect those souls again. That the game really got me there. Should have read the should have read the messages. Good lord. Oh, I think I came to the wrong neighborhood. Spoody! Woohoo! Hey man! Haha, good to see you! Good to see you. Oh, I missed you during the game, man. That would have I think it would have been really cool if you could have stopped by for some football. But don't worry about it, man. It was I mean Turkey lost 3-0, so yeah. Yikes, right? Oh! Man, where is that coming from? From up? What? From even further up? How? Seems pretty illegal to me. Oh! Oh, it's Voldo again. Oh shit! This area is really fucking merciless. Oh, he's poisoned! Haha, die, bitch! strategic loss. Ah, you were watching it with the family. Okay. Oh, yeah, true. Then it must have hurt even more. Damn. The first goal was extra sad. Oof. It was in Peko moment. But I don't know about you, Spooty, but at least for us, like the people who were watching the game together, or actually no, I can't even say that. Like only I can speak for me, but it felt so cool just to watch football with other people again. Even though we're not sitting in a beer garden drinking beer and talking, it's still like it was still great. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of this Euro Cup. Maybe I can even meet up with some real quote unquote people and head into a restaurant and enjoy some public viewing there. This is Praise the Sun Covenant. Top anime betrayals. Welcome back, Abdelilal. The first goal was kind of yikes, how he smacked the ball. No, oh, did you see it? Didn't you see it? It was an own goal. Maximal peinlich, ey. Oh shit. I think I'm in this area. It's probably advisable to just ignore those two and just collect all the loot. Yeah. Yo, you weren't even there, Abdelila. Pass bloß auf, mein Junge. Mach nicht so. Okay, nice. Nice. Super. Oh, slab. Holy shit. The game throws upgrade materials at you like it's nothing. Okay, once I get to the first bonfire in Earthen Peak, which is the tower area, which I will enter momentarily, we will be going to the science segment. It will be good to finally do a science segment again. Yeah, take that. Yo, Spooty, your experience sounds like mine. It sounds exactly the kind of football experiences that I had when I was younger. They put me in the goal and I scored 2-0. At least they put you somewhere. For me, the best spot was always at the bench. One thing that I always found funny was in these typical American like high school movies, where you have like the underdog kid that's just being bullied. The way they like to show bullying is by showing that the kid never gets picked in like sports things, right? The kid is just never, no one wants him in their team. And I think that's absolutely idiotic, because what if he doesn't want to? Like, I was never picked in sports, and that was cool because then, I just didn't have to do anything. I could just chill. Damn, poor Spooty. Ah! Oh. Because Giga Chads always get picked, nice guys finish last. Yeah. I guess you're kind of right. You know, that just means I was not among the Giga Chads in school, which I definitely wasn't. But that's okay. You win some, you lose some, right? Wait a minute. Is this directly? Is there no bonfire before the boss? Although, to be honest, it's not very far, so... This is a trap. We also were in basketball club, and our first match was against these grown men while we were pasty twinks. They bullied us. Oh no, man, that's that sounds like an awful experience. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like, at least for me, being bad at sports never really, like, I just disagree with how it's portrayed as, you know, kids in America. If you're bad at sports, you're a complete social outcast and everyone hates you. It's like, bro, get real, man. Okay, wall here. So, Covetous Demon, next boss, right? I think that one's pretty easy. Insert your mom jokes. Stop rolling, you fat slug! Oof. Okay. Where bonfire? Give bonfire now. There we go. Alright, so let's finally go back to some science segment. Let's leave the bonfire here because it's really annoying background noise. Okay, so our science segment for today. In the very beginning of the stream, I don't know if that viewer is still around. Someone asked about, or someone made the statement, "You cannot divide by zero," and I quickly want to, this is only a very short like tangent, but I quickly just wanted to reiterate again why that isn't possible. Okay, so the thing with you cannot divide by 0 is always, it has become kind of a meme, you know, like people saying, oh, if you divide by 0 you end the fucking universe or whatever, right? And the mystery is propagated by, if you put in, you know, if you divide something by 0 in your calculator, it gives you like syntax error. Everything about it is so mysterious, and it's like, oh, it's this one forbidden thing that no one's allowed to do, because if you do, it will break the universe. But actually, the true reason, as is so often the case, is a lot less fantastical. Okay. The reason you can't divide by 0 is that it's not clearly defined what you mean. You see, here's the thing. Let's picture this function. That's disgusting. 1 over x. Okay? And if we plot this on a graph, zack, zack, that's supposed to be a y. And x-axis. We will see that the graph behaves something like it's supposed to go through here, right? So it goes like, let's choose another color, red. Here. Okay. Now, if we take a look at the x-axis, you know, we have like 1, 2, 4, and so on. You realize, okay, if you put in really big numbers here, okay, if you put in a really big number, 1 divided by a very big number is a very small number, okay? Like 1 divided by 10 is 0.1, 1 divided by 1 million is like 0.00, and so on. Okay, so entering a really big number here gives a very small result, which, you know, it's kind of, this is what this red graph means, right? The bigger your x, the smaller the function. And it gets closer and closer to 0. But let's go from plus infinity backwards, right? And let's put in smaller and smaller numbers. And let's do a few examples. For example, here, 1 over 1. That's easy, that's 1. We're at this point here. Let's do 1 over a half. And that's 2. Okay. Realize where this is going? 1 over a quarter. My writing this way is really disgusting. It's 4. Aha! We're beginning to see a pattern here, right? The smaller our number in the lower, like in the denominator here, the smaller the number gets, the bigger our result, right? And if we go 1 divided by 0.1, you know, we get like 10, and 1 divided by 0.001, we get like 1,000, and so on and so forth, right? The smaller, the closer you get to 0, the bigger your result is. And as you can imagine, if you get ever so close to actually putting in 0, your result here will get bigger and bigger and bigger and tend towards plus infinity, right? So I'm now going to write it down. 1 divided by 0 equals infinity. Okay. Now this is the positive part. However, this function also has a negative part, right? Oops, let's use it back again. -1, -2, and so on. And here you can also put in negative numbers into x, right? And what you then get is something that looks more like this. Now let's do a few examples again. Okay, let's do 1 divided by -1. Oh, it's -1. 1 divided by minus 0.5 is minus 2. And are you slowly seeing where I'm getting at? 1 divided by minus 0.25 equals minus 4. Yeah? This means the closer we get to 0, from this side of the function, we're actually approaching, you know, the further we get to 0, closer and closer and closer. At some point we reach 0, and our function will be at minus infinity. Well, that's strange. Now, just because we've approached from the other side, we get 1 divided by 0 is minus infinity. Well, that's unfortunate, because it's now no longer eindeutig. How do you translate eindeutig? Like, now it's no longer a function in a sense, because in a function it's very important that every value for x you put in has a different y value. And now we have the same x value, 0, and we get 2 different y values. That's indeed a problem. Huh? That's indeed an unsolvable problem. That's indeed a problem that cannot be rationalized away. It is fundamentally impossible with an expression like 1 divided by 0 to realize what you mean. Do you mean approaching 0 from this direction, or approaching 0 from the negative direction, right? And this is extremely important when you make a statement like this. When the reason you cannot divide by 0 is not because it's some universal law or anything, but the reason you cannot divide by 0 is because it's uneindeutig. God damn it, man, I need to translate this. It's yeah, exactly, right? It's ambiguous. You cannot, from 1 divided by 0 is ambiguous, okay? And that's why you need to specify what do you actually mean when you say 1 divided by 0. Do you mean you approach from this side, and so on and so forth? And in physics, you divide by, like, you get divisions by 0 and divisions by infinity. You get that all the fucking time. Like, every second or third equation that you have to do, every Schrödinger equation, every differential equation that you have to solve, you get divisions by infinity left, right, and center, and divisions by 0. But the most important thing, and the reason why we can actually work with them, is that you always have to specify which direction are you coming from. And there's a mathematical term called a limit, or as we say in Germany, limes, which is Latin. For example, let's say we have this expression, x towards... wait, how did you... Oh my god, it's so long ago. There's some way to say x goes from somewhere to somewhere. Plus infinity, yeah, but how do you say x towards 0 from plus? Anyway, okay, that was a little embarrassing, but yeah. With the limit, you can actually solve this, because a limit is nothing else than saying that you approach 0, or you approach something from a certain side. Yeah, and that's it. That's the secret behind why you cannot divide by 0. Because you need to specify what you mean. Because divisions by 0, just the statement itself, is ambiguous. Yeah? It's not clear what you mean. Okay, that was a really short tangent. Let's fill the rectangle here. Oops, that's the wrong color. Okay, next up. X towards infinity. No. I meant like there was a way to write X towards 0, but from which direction? But I kind of forgot what how that actually works. Oof. Anyway, the real science segment now. Now that we did the mathematics a little bit, let's go to physics. And the topic I want to talk about today is, I think I asked the Imperial Minister of Data Keeping, Natams, if I did that topic already, and he said no. But I somehow faintly remembered that I maybe in one of the very, very ancient Ranton podcasts did this science segment before. I don't know if you guys have existed back then. I know some definitely have. But maybe that was actually just a fever dream and I have never actually done this science segment. Anyway, it's about the question, do atoms ever touch? Yeah. And do they ever touch? Invisible touch. Anyway, and I thought of this topic because, yes, I did. Yeah, I think so. But once again, if I did, then oof. But it is important to me because I remembered it from a 60 Symbols video, great YouTube channel by the way, where the professor explaining the topic got really excited and upset a little bit, but they were talking like past each other. They were not listening to each other's question because they were both explaining it kind of wrong. Yeah. And here's the thing. The question, do atoms ever touch, is kind of a weird question. Yeah. Because we picture atoms kind of like, oops, that's a square. Okay, yeah. So like, you have a square, circle here. Oops. Let's do another one. Should be the same size. I could have copy pasted, but I'm too dumb to do that. Anyway, and should have put them into other layers so I can move them individually. Never mind. Isola? Did I? Oh no, that's another thing. Yeah, the moving individual atoms, that was a different thing. That was the atomic force microscopy. Great technology, by the way. One that really exploded my brain when it came to physics, like when I was in university. Anyway, so we picture atoms like this, right? Solid spheres. Boom, boom, boom. But are they really? In fact, we all know that they aren't. Atoms aren't solid spheres. Because if we zoom in and take a look, atoms actually do not look like that at all. Yeah. Instead, they're made out of a, oops, let's do this, ellipse, only the shape, so. Instead, atoms look more, I just realized this is kind of weird. Okay, watch my amazing skills. Yeah, and now this, and now here, zack. Yeah, and now I do this, and now whoosh. Oh, isn't that some amazing zoom? Anyway, okay. Wow. Yeah. I'm a really good artist. No. So we have like, an circle. So like this. Okay, they're supposed to be concentric, and we have a. Oh. So and now we do this, and we have a here. Switch those around. Yeah, and now we also have this here. Let's make this color blue. Okay. Yeah, it's beginning to look a little bit like an atom. Okay, so atom equals laundry machine, yeah. Okay. So, we all learned in school, you know, that atoms aren't really hard spheres. Like in some ways you can think of them as that, but if you look really closely into them, it's actually not true. Now then you ask, well, what is it then? Well, atoms are mostly empty space. This image that I've drawn here is actually really disproportionate. You see, in fact, if this is the radius of the electrons whizzing around the atomic core, there's a size difference of multiple orders of magnitude. If we really would want to do like fitting proportions here, the atomic core would not even be 1 pixel. I would literally like let's no here white, zack, yeah, okay. Now, like let's here I have the Stift. If I put this one single black pixel in here in the middle, that would already be much too big. Okay, the atomic core compared to the rest of the atom is like size-wise, mass-wise, it's 99.99% of the mass, but size-wise, it's nothing. Okay, it's nothing. Yeah, I don't know the exact differences, but I think it's like at least 2 or maybe even 3 orders of magnitude. So like 1 to 100 or in the like to 1000 or something times smaller than the rest of the atom. And the electrons, if we put them into their correct size, individual electrons are also smaller than the atomic nucleus. So really, if we make this atomic model here size corrected, I should only have these, because these rings, they don't exist, right? They only represent the trajectories. So a real atomic model would look something like this. Wow. Exciting. Yeah, you see? Atomic nucleus here, 4 electrons whizzing around here. Nice, huh? And the rest, everything else, is empty space. There's nothing there. So, you might now realize, well, why doesn't stuff just fall through each other? If atoms are just empty space, why do we think of them as like solid spheres? Well, here's the deal. Electrons on these, like, in this atomic model, this is the so-called Bohr model, the Bohrsche atom model. These trajectories, these rings that the electrons are on. Okay, no, I should explain it differently. So in the Bohr model, electrons whiz around on rings, but in a more like, this is a really simplified model. Okay. Further experiments, especially with like particle acceleration and stuff, have shown that electrons actually, they're not small little blobs that just whiz around on spheres. They behave in many complicated and different wave-like manners, and, you know, quantum mechanics, it gets kind of weird. But the most important thing with electrons is that an electron that goes around an atomic nucleus has a certain energy level. And every atom, depending on the way the core is shaped, namely how much charge it has, how many protons are in the core, has different energy levels. And electrons can only ever stably exist around an atom, around a nucleus, if they are exactly at this energy. If they are exactly at this energy level. So in physics, we oftentimes have like a diagram that looks something like this. You know, we have, that's disgusting. We have like, here's the energy. And we have different energy levels. And then you just insert like, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 electrons here. Although no, that's actually impossible. 2 electrons here. And then this is full, and then you have more electrons here, and so on and so forth. You basically just put the electrons into their respective energy levels. And it's really important that in between, there's nothing there. Electrons cannot exist there. Yeah. And now that we know of energy levels, here is the fundamental mechanic which prevents atoms, which are mostly empty space, as I've shown you here, to pass through each other. And the thing is, energy levels can be full. Yeah? The innermost energy level of the very simplest atom, which is a hydrogen atom, only 2 electrons can be in this energy level. Then it's full. It cannot hold any more electrons. And it's, to me, even as a physicist with a master's degree, it's still a little bit mysterious why that is. The effect is called the Pauli exclusion principle. And it states that an energy state that is already full, that an electron is already in, cannot be occupied by another electron. And now, with this knowledge, with this knowledge, what happens if you bring 2 atoms close to each other? What you will have is, let's say you get another atom very similar, and you bring it close to each other, and at some point you bring them close enough that their energy levels spatially overlap. But now we got a problem. They're full. The other atom coming in here with its own inner ring of, like, inner energy level that is also already full, it can never actually go there because that would violate the exclusion principle. If the electrons of this atom would get so close that they would somehow overlap into this energy level, that cannot happen. That would mean that there are 2 electrons of the same energy inside of the same energy level. That is forbidden, yeah? It's excluded. And that's why, before this happens, if you bring 2 atoms very close to each other, they will, like, if it runs the risk of violating the Pauli exclusion principle, they will exert a massive repulsive force onto each other. The universe will not allow 2 electrons with the same energy and the same spin to occupy the same energy level. And the force that repels them, it will get infinitely big. Okay, that's maybe overdoing it, but the closer they get, the more force, it pushes them apart. Yeah. And even to me, this is kind of mysterious. It's kind of really strange. Like, where does this come from? Why does this happen? And it's one of those fundamental properties that our universe has, that it just will not allow this. It will exert massive amounts of force onto things to prevent this Pauli exclusion principle from being broken, from being violated. So strange, but that's actually what it is. And now you begin to see, even though atoms are mostly completely empty space with nothing in it, the radii in which the energy levels are around the atom, they're actually pretty big. Yeah? And that means now you can kind of see why you can think of atoms as solid spheres. Because the outer boundary of the outer, the boundary of the outer energy level, in some sense, it acts like a solid sphere towards other atoms of the same type, right? Because the energy levels can never overlap. It is like smashing two solid spheres into each other. Okay? Wow. Now that you've learned about this effect, yeah? Let's get back to the question. Do atoms ever touch? Well, here's the deal. Even though you now know why they can be seen as solid spheres, because they cannot overlap, it does not mean that they are. Remember, atoms are empty space, mostly. And so the question of do they ever touch is kind of not the correct question to ask, because atoms don't repel each other like two solid objects because, they're solid objects. They repel each other because of the Pauli exclusion principle, because of this fundamental repelling force of the universe. That's what disallows them from passing through each other, even though they're mostly empty space. Like, there's no physical, like, there's no matter in the way, of two atoms passing through each other. But it's this exclusion principle that just won't allow their energy levels to overlap. So the question, do atoms really touch? It doesn't make sense, because in our typical understanding of touching, of two massive objects touching, there's no touching here, because it's only more esoteric, like more ethereal things. Energy levels, they're not made out of anything. It's just energy levels overlapping or prevented from overlapping, and that's what does the touching. This is my main thing with this question. Do atoms ever touch? Atoms aren't solid spheres. They're empty space, and when you say atoms touch, why can't they pass through each other? It's their energy levels. They're immaterial. The energy levels are immaterial. They're basically just a calculation. They're a theoretical construct, but with a real effect on the atoms cannot get within a certain distance of each other. And some physicists, or I think most actually, say that this quote-unquote counts as touching. We say atoms touch if this repelling force is the exact same as the force with which you push them together, which is equilibrium. Then you could say, okay, atoms touch. But in our typical understanding, there's no matter touching other matter here. Okay, it's not like atoms touching each other is a different type of touching than two macroscopic, real world objects touching. That's a different kind of touch. And this is what led to the professor in the video getting really annoyed and the question asker getting really annoyed and they never reaching a conclusion. Yeah. And this is very important here. It's two different types of touching. But this effect is very fundamental. This effect that prevents atoms from passing through each other, extremely important. Because as Wankerchief wrote in a earlier comment, we're like 99.99% empty space. Yes! Yes! The entire universe is that. Yeah. It's mostly like if we're all made out of atoms, of course. Every matter is made out of elemental particles. Some, when elemental particles stick together, they can form atoms, and so on and so forth. But, so, knowing this, you would then ask, like, okay, why don't we all fall through each other? Well, precisely because of this Pauli exclusion principle. It's what keeps your ass afloat above your chair. Yeah? Because when we say two objects are touching, here, these great Zildjian drumsticks, when we say they're touching, we think of a macroscopic effect, like I push down and there's no way for me to push this one stick through the other. But if you look at it really on the microscopic atomic level, nothing's ever touching nothing, okay? You can tell that to the judge when you're at your next hearing about the sexual harassment charges, okay? Nothing's touching nothing, yeah? Explain to him this. Explain to him that, it's actually just atomic energy levels repelling each other because of the Pauli exclusion principle, and that the woman that's pressing the charges should get a physics degree. Yeah? Don't do that, actually. But that's the thing. Because of this very elusive Pauli exclusion principle, please remember this is fundamentally important. At the next time you're out with family or friends at a restaurant, which are soon to be open again, you can bring this up. Or that's maybe a little weird, but if the conversation is kind of stagnant, kind of boring, just ask them if they know what the Pauli exclusion principle is. Ask them if they know why they're not falling through the floor right now. And yeah. That's the thing. This is the reason. The Pauli exclusion principle. A fundamental, very, very important effect without which the universe would be very much different. Yeah. All right. This concludes the science segment. That felt good to talk about that again. Whew. Okay. Cool. Yeah, right, AJ. The more I talked about it, the more I also thought that I kind of remember speaking about this in one of the podcasts, but it was really fun to get back to it again, and yeah, I think there were definitely some people in the chat that didn't know it before, or have not heard about it before, so. Now I have 3 brain cells instead of 2. Can you overcome this repelling force? No, you cannot. That's what I meant with it gets infinitely big. Like, even particle accelerators, you know. The problem is, okay, so here's the thing. When you push 2 atoms together, right? So you exert a force onto the atoms, and the atoms, the closer they get, you know, at some point they push back, and at some point you reach an equilibrium. Your pushing force is equal to the repelling force, and that's, you know, stable. But what happens if you push harder now? Right? You push harder, then the atom pushes back even harder, and so on and so forth. And that this goes higher and higher and higher until the energy in this entire system becomes so big that you actually smash the electrons off the atom itself. Like you at some point, if you push harder and harder and the atom pushes back harder and harder, you put so much energy into this entire system that you actually put the electrons from the energy state that they are in into a higher energy state. And notably, if the higher energy states are also occupied, you put them into the vacuum energy state, which is to say you just completely remove them. You give them enough energy so that they completely fly off into the nether. At which point, you know, you've destroyed the atom. Good job. But yeah, in a sense, this repelling force, the Pauli exclusion principle, cannot be broken. The harder you push, the harder it will push back. I think this guy will not allow himself to be... Oh, never mind. What's the point of this this lever here? Oh wait, I think I remember this. It has something to do with... You okay there, buddy? I think with the torch. I think you can use the torch here again. Abdelila, good point. Yeah, that seems to be one of the favorite physics teacher stories, because my physics teacher said that too. And I was hoping you didn't ask this, because it's true. But you might wonder then, wait, how can I say it's true? Doesn't it kind of contradict what I just said? Yes, but the unfortunate thing here is quantum mechanics. Oh, verfickt eins. You see, the way I've explained it, it didn't rely on quantum mechanics. Although the exclusion principle is a quantum mechanical effect. You know, I've tried to explain it more or less without quantum mechanics. Unfortunately, reality is often disappointing. And one of the things about quantum mechanics is that it's... one of the things about reality is that it's often a little bit more complicated. And in this case, yes, you know, if you add quantum mechanics into the mix, you realize that what I've just said will translate into probabilities, as everything in quantum mechanics is about probabilities. And then you will realize that this means, you know, the Pauli exclusion principle is no longer unovercomable. But instead, it's just a matter of probability, you know, and quantum mechanics and probability. But then again, when a physics teacher says something has a very small chance of occurring, like physicists, when they say very small chance, they actually mean impossible. Shit, drink! Oh no! Fucking poison scheiß. In conclusion, we are forever doomed to be alone without any real contact. Yes, and add to that, we are actually also 99% completely empty void. Nice, very uplifting message. I already condescendingly explained this to my parents, like the little edgy puss I was when I was young. Sorry, I've missed it. Destine has left us. Good night, Destine. Always nice to have you around. See you on the next stream. Okay, AJ, take care. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you found this stream worthy of your time. Pike. Whew. Okay. Yes, particle accelerators break atoms. That's kind of their point. Wait, what does this do? Does this stop? No, that's something else. Ah, man. Forgot. Oh, no, wait. I think this opens something in the floor above. Ah, fuck. You can break the laws of the universe if you didn't read the rules. If you don't know that you cannot touch another electron, is it really forbidden? Okay, so I think I'm supposed to set this on fire, and that will, at least in some areas here, remove the poison water or something like that. Yo, that bitch just closed the door. Ah! Since that moment, my physics teacher told me that I always touch a wall and see if my hand goes through. That's how he gets you, Abdelila. Don't let him get you, okay? Because, you know, he said there's a small chance, but not within human, you know, orders of magnitude. Oh, wait. Hey, man. What poisoned? Bitch. Let's cure poison. Step physicist, I'm stuck in a wall due to quantum mechanics. And I can't get out by myself. This level is for sure the absolute peak of game design. Expect the player to read your mind, then break the rules of physical space. Dark Souls 2 just does it, man. Haha, chest because tits. Fick, now I'm poisoned. Okay, let's get back to the bonfire and light this thing on fire. Whoop, whoop. So. Schlur. Torch. Whoosh. Man, it's amazing to me, like looking at the viewer numbers during the stream, it's amazing to me that during the science segment, there were actually, man, people were tuning in. Holy shit, that's heartwarming. Ooh. Wasn't there scientists that smashed two atoms together and they merged? Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing. The Pauli exclusion principle, very important. It only makes statements about electrons. There's no exclusion principles for the cores, right? And that's when we talk about nuclear fusion, because you know, you might have realized, like, wait, Andy, I've heard of nuclear fusion before. Doesn't this also contradict what you're saying? Well, the thing is, I've mentioned that if you put electrons, atoms, if you force them close to each other with enough force, you will actually end up just destroying the atom, and that was maybe a little bit edgy, but you will actually just end up removing electrons. And now then, after that the electrons are removed, you are no longer limited by the Pauli exclusion principle, right? There's no longer electrons preventing each other from touching. So then you get like two atomic cores very close to each other. And there we're not limited by this exclusion principle, so you can smash them into each other as much as you like. And what will happen then is at a certain energy, you know, once you've passed a certain amount of energy, they will actually, or they can, merge. And you can merge atomic cores. But again, you know, merging cores is not the same. Like, it involves the cores, not the electrons. And that is the main difference why that is possible. See, this is another one of those Ferrous lockstones. This is completely pointless. If you enter if you put a lockstone in there, one of your very valuable lockstones, all it does is just fill the small little thing you're in here with poison. I think that's a mimic. You can see the teeth. Isn't there an item that can put them to sleep? Here. Nice. They were attracted to the rare sight of scientists talking about science or yori. Electrons are very antisocial. Well, electrons just hate other electrons. And not only, I've just now realized, not only do electrons repel each other due to the exclusion principle, they're also negatively charged, both of them, right? And that means they also repel each other because they're both negatively charged. So there's like a mega repellation combination here, okay? Wait, what? You didn't know about the mimic sleep thing? That was like... Entschuldigung, aber also... Very important to know. Especially if you're like a smooth brain like me, and you really suck at fighting, and constantly keep dying to mimics. So in the area up ahead, where I just was, you know, up there, I could have gone to the boss, right? I could have gone to the boss of this area, but I think it's better to finish exploring first. bonfire. Ah, now that... Oh no, wait. Now that the... Yes, now that this has stopped, we can enter a few more areas, right? Okay, so first of all, I think I need to... back there was this fire mage, right? And I cannot pass through here. It's gonna explode. Yeah, jump action. Woo! Oh, come on, really? Okay, I can drop down here for some more items, I think. Maybe there's a better way. Oh! Attack. Oh no, wait, the game just sometimes does that when it loads in corpses. You sometimes just hear a plonk. Okay, that's where we would have gotten if I dropped down there. And I think in this room there's like a mechanism where it pulls this entire platform up. No! Oh no! These guys got me. Oh shit! Yo, what? Oh my god, I think I had like 30,000 souls or something. Shit! Ay, 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 ay. Hey Andy, do you have a favorite jiaozi filling? I intend to make a large batch tomorrow. I've been thinking about pork and string beans, but I'm open to suggestions. Oh, what a great question. Indeed, yes, I have a favorite jiaozi filling, and my father constantly, like when I go to eat jiaozi with him, he never fails to mention how my taste in jiaozi is actually a crime against humanity, and if I wasn't his son, he would have refused to, you know, interact with me anymore just because of my taste in jiaozi filling. And that is yangrou jiaozi. To me, there's nothing better than qincai yangrou jiaozi, which is lamb or like mouton. No, I think actually lamb is the correct word here. Lamb meat and celery. That's the main core of jiaozi. At least for me. And for me, there's no better filling than this Yanro jiaozi. But for my dad, the thing is, he's just like Yanro, lamb meat just does not work for him. He cannot bear the, in his way, in his words, he cannot bear the stench. But to me, that's actually what makes it so nice. It's so meaty. Lamb meat is meat. Makes you feel like a fucking primordial wildling when you eat like lamb meat. It just tastes so wild, so gamey. Am I excited for Elden Ring? Oh, the usual Elden Ring question. Yes, I am. Very much so. Whoa, what the fuck? I was looking at the top and I thought, hey, aren't they no longer there? But oh, shit. Alright, Bekir, see ya. Young Chinese celery, I definitely try that in the future, and there's ways to mitigate the gaminess. Yeah. Okay, of course, you know. Like, my father always says, like, if the lamb isn't shan, which is the word for this gaminess, then he'll eat it. But you know, personally, I think it's... Bro, what the fuck is this level? Just use the crispy celery, right? The one that's like very crispy. Sweet. Where did this guy always come? It's so strange. It's just... No. Just know that they will be coming. No! Please excuse me. Oof, I think it's we're nearing the we're nearing the point where we should stop for all eyes' sakes. Yikes, man. This level. Okay, they spawn in even though... Oh, sure. Okay, okay. Oh damn! I'm entering this passive aggressive state again. Stop! I mean, this is not correct. This is cringe behavior. Just get good. Alright. Suppose I just need to get good. Ha! That was good. Okay, I think this one door that's locked at the top, I think I can... Wait. Wait. Does this actually just... Is this one of... another one of these pointless... It's pointless. Dark Souls 2 insulted you first. Passive aggression is warranted. How do I open this thing? Visions of Pointless. Ah yes, the good old visions of Pointless. Okay. Okay. So now comes the moment of truth. Yeah, of course. Woo! Okay, so there's some way for me to raise this platform. I think. Ah! Mods back, put your dicks in your pants again. Whew, guys, quick. the dick police is here. Okay, so here I will now meet Laddersmith Gilligan. Yes.
Shush. You idiot. Stay quiet.
You idiot.
I'm on the run. You're a fugitive. Yeah. It's got death. You want to... I can let... But, why, yep. Have you no gratitude? I let you off. All right.
He pulls ladders out of his ass.
Go on ahead.
Okay.
Oh.
So he sells The other whip. Good. Black leather. That would be a great set to have. Let's send him to Majula.
Well, apparently, and the pipe, you know, a Dythar on that creature. Yeah? But her husband? The princess was desperate, hoping that it would restore the prince's, Before long, the princess... Now, listen here. Long ago. We say Drangleic now, but... countless kingdoms have risen, and this won't be the last. That damned hag. She's going to get us all. God, I'm not going to die in... God, I'm not...
Okay.
Fine then.
So, he is now set to Majula. Nope. Always great Criketh the Leatherman. Yeah. Okay, so here, this, I think this raises the platform. Yeah. And also below it there's also some items, but it's like a spiked ceiling and it will crush you if you know, not careful. Let's see if it crushes. Time to get crushed. Yeah, it's true, it's getting pretty late. I think I will be like quickly collect all the items in this place and then call it a day for today. Crike is an Irish expression meaning news happening story. Oh, okay. Wow. Learned something new as well. What? Toxic ahead. Bro, I got trolled again. It's not open from this side. Manometer. Grave Warden Bottoms. Bottom, mate. Oh shit! Oh, this level design. So nasty. So many nasty tricks. Okay, can get down here. Yeah. Open this door. Good. One less ambush. Okay. Nice. Oh, so close. Anyway, this death jump, I think this about concludes today's stream. Guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I had a blast. It was so good to finally do a science segment again, you know. I'm so hyped that the Euro Cup has started and that the restaurants are opening again. It's all looking pretty hot right now. Anyway, so this is it for today. In case you haven't realized, I took another big gamble today and streamed in 2K, like with 2K bitrate, yeah, instead of the usual 1.5K. So I should be even sharper. I don't know if that actually changes much, but you know, trying my best. Trying to get out as much as I can from this German internet connection. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I wish you all a great weekend. I will try to do some more public viewings on the Discord when there are Euro Cup games. And then I will see you all on Sunday, I hope. So, take care, have a good night, sleep well, and so long. Bye-bye. End.